Breaking news coming out of Aurora, Illinois, plus another racist video surfaces and sparks reaction. And humans are not the only ones embracing true love. This is OU Nightly. Hello, thank you for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Aspen Endriss.
And I'm William Soule. We begin tonight with breaking news. A mass shooting in Aurora, Illinois this afternoon at a manufacturing facility. Here's what we know right now. At least one person is dead. The shooter is in custody. Police say 12 people at the plant were injured, along with 4 police officers. We know the officers are in stable condition, and the other victims are all being treated at the hospital. We'll have the latest on this story as more information develops.
And a new video containing racial slurs has surfaced on a former OU student's Instagram account.
Hanging from a tree, just like a.
The account where the video was posted belongs to Stephen McCall, who left the university after the spring 2018 semester when his fraternity Kappa Alpha order was suspended. It is not clear if the voice on the video is McCall's or somebody else's. OU Nightly's Lauren Linville is live on campus with more details. Lauren?
Aspen, we have reached out to OU Enrollment Services, and they have confirmed that McCall is no longer a student at the University of Oklahoma, even though his Facebook page says that he still studies here. He was, however, a student just last semester. And now to that video, it was posted on 2 Instagram accounts owned by McCall, and then it quickly spread throughout Twitter. On McCall's regular Instagram account, the video was posted on the story. However, McCall had another account owned by him, typically known as a fake Instagram, where the video was posted on both his timeline and story. We have confirmed that he was a member of the Kappa Alpha Order fraternity before it was closed down last semester because of hazing. OU Nightly received screenshots of a GroupMe conversation where McCall claims that his accounts have been hacked and that he was logged out of everything. We have reached out to McCall on whether or not he posted the video and if he was the voice behind it, and have yet to hear back. The university released a statement this morning reinforcing he is not affiliated with OU, and that regardless, this kind of racist and threatening display is deplorable and in no way represents the values of the university. The video has since been removed from both Instagram accounts, but those accounts remain active and open to the public. Be sure to stay with OU Nightly as this story continues to develop. Reporting live on the South Oval, Lauren Linville.
Thanks, Lauren. The reaction to the video across the campus was swift, but the Black Student Association posted a news release on social media this morning. The release says, quote, "The repeated racial attacks confirm that the African American community is unsafe and lacks the protection from efforts to prevent discriminatory attacks against them. The Black Student Association formed the BSA Emergency Response Team at a Better Together March."
Black Student Association members are not the only ones reacting today. Other students on campus expressed concern about recent videos.
Well, I think it's ignorant and, of course, racist. I don't know why OU keeps allowing this to happen. There's no repercussions, so people are going to keep on doing it.
It's not the time or place for that. I mean, it's 2019. There's no need for that to be still prevalent in society. It's just, like, why, you know? What's the point?
OU Public Affairs was quick to condemn the video and reinforce the person who posted the video is not currently a student.
The new Vice President of Student Affairs, David Surratt, met with multiple multicultural groups today to address the university's ongoing efforts to end racism. The informal meeting was held at the Union, so Surratt began building connections with OU's multicultural community.
I know I come at an interesting time. When we talk about the idea of sense of place and access and support, it's important we actually protect our home. And I'm proud of the voices that have shown up and said, this is our home, and this is important for us to be here and be welcomed and know that our presence is valued. As long as that disagreement is not rooted in my oppression and a denial of my right to exist. And that's important that we always remind anyone of that.
Surratt says he also plans to meet with each multicultural organization individually. In the big national news today, President Donald Trump declaring a national emergency to fund the border wall. Emma Sears joins us now with a reaction. Emma?
President Donald Trump declares a national emergency to build a border wall. Trump bypassed Congress after it refused to fund a border wall. The president will use executive action to direct billions of dollars from military construction and counter-drug efforts to the border project.
He has the power to declare a national emergency. But this is not 9/11. This is not the Iran hostage crisis of 1979. This is a president showing his disdain for the rule of law and our U.S. Constitution.
The American Civil Liberties Union and others plan legal challenges to the president's emergency declaration. The Supreme Court agrees to take up the issue of a citizenship question on the 2020 census. The question, proposed by the Trump administration, could affect allocation of House seats. The High Court is fast-tracking the case because census forms need to be printed soon. And Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was at work today. It's her first day back since undergoing cancer surgery in December. William?
Thank you, Emma. It was 70 and sunny yesterday, and I was so happy, and now it's 30s, and I'm miserable.
I agree. I've been sneezing all day, Will. Meteorologist Jake Mammen has the first look at weather. Jake?
That's right, William and Aspen. If you guys walked outside today and your throat was hurting or your eyes were itchy or you maybe were sneezing, you can attribute that to the cedar tree pollen that was at an extreme level in the allergy report today. The mold is there present, but it's low. Grass and weeds are no longer to be found, and that's because the cold front, when we have cold front come through, the winds come out of the south and it carries the winds from Texas up into Oklahoma. But hey, we're going to get a little break in that, okay? The winds out of the north right now. Currently here in Norman, we're sitting at about 30 degrees. Not too bad, and we're relatively dry. Guys, coming up in Maine weather, I have your next chance for rain, the weekend update, and the cold temps continuing. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jake. Lots of students will be bundled up and braving the cold tonight. A preview of a dance to benefit gender equality is coming up.
And Sooner Baseball is back in action today at Elldale Mitchell Park. Big Friday Sports will have an update on the game later in the show. Stay with us on OU Nightly.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. OU's Gender and Equality Center hosts its 15th annual Pink and Ball tonight. Organization programmers worked all day getting things set up. The semi-formal event is open to all students, faculty, and the Norman community. Proceeds go to the GEC and benefit future programs.
I just want people to have a good time. I think that the GEC does a lot of really cool programming, but I think this is unique in the sense that people get to come and just like have fun. And so I just hope that people come and have fun, and then we get to like speak with them, and they'll just continue to be involved with us throughout the year.
The ball is in the Molly Shy Boren Ballroom in the OU Memorial. Stay with us for a heartwarming story, a happy ending for two dogs who are inseparable at the shelter.
And everyone is complaining about the weather. Jake Mammen is going to tell us how long this cold is here to stay. Jake?
That's right, guys. The skies were cloudy today. Those cold temps will remain tonight and through the weekend. I'll have more on your forecast coming up after the break. The skies are cloudy right now. Taking a live look at our Kessler cam. The winds are kind of light at the surface, but that cold front pushed through last night. We were warm yesterday, we're cold today, and you can see that in the 24-hour temp change map here. 44 degrees in Guyman. That's what the temperature dropped. Over 44 degrees in Guyman, 40 and 37 here in central Oklahoma. Your current temps outside right now, 30 degrees in Norman with a slight breeze out of the north, keeping things a little bit cool, 58 here in Idabel, so it's still warm down there in southeastern Oklahoma. Over the weekend though, our temps going to remain cold. The warm's going to try and push its way back up, as you can see here on Saturday. The same thing again on Sunday. The cold comes down, and then it will try and make its way back up on Sunday, where we can see a high in the mid-40s for the most part, and then again it'll go down through Monday. Your lows for this evening, high 20s here in central Oklahoma, 32 in Lawton, 35 in Ardmore with a slight breeze out of the northeast. Your highs for tomorrow, 43 degrees in Oklahoma City, 43 in Norman. So for the most part, we'll be fairly mild with a slight breeze out of the south. You notice that those winds change tomorrow afternoon. Taking a look at your 2-day forecast, 42 degrees on Saturday, 47 on Sunday. We stay mild, but the cold will continue. The clouds will remain. The sun will try to peek through on Sunday, but your 7-day forecast, Monday looks like it'll still be cold, 35 degrees, 32 on Tuesday with a slight chance of precipitation coming in. We're going to have that at about 40%. We'll have to monitor that over the weekend. But for the most part, we're going to stay in the mid to upper 30s and a 43 by next Friday. Guys, that's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jake. And some dogs, like some people, are just made for each other.
Jack and Diane, a couple of senior dogs at a humane society in Maine, are so devoted to each other, the shelter held a wedding ceremony for them last week. Since they are considered to be a bonded pair, the shelter says they have to go to the same home.
Well, that's it for Will and I, but stay put. Big Friday Sports is on deck.
It's a busy weekend in Sooner Sports, and Brooke Murski is going to be here to tell us all about it.
Tonight, we've got all you need to know about Sooner sports in weekend action. Also, stay put for the scoop on the Thunder's snapped winning streak and Russell Westbrook's historic night. Big Friday Sports is next.
Hello and welcome back to the first Big Friday Sports of the year. I'm Meridith Mulkey.
And I'm Brooke Murski. Sooner fans have been waiting a while for this moment. It's finally baseball time in Oklahoma.
The team opens their season against Cal Poly, and Tori Johnson is there live with the season preview.
Here's your live look at a frigid opening day here at L. Del Mitchell. We're all tied up at 1 with Cal Poly. The Sooners are heading into the bottom of the 6th, but this team is really heading into a rebuilding season. They're having to learn how to play without key guys like Steele Walker, Kyler Murray, Kyle Mendenhall, and Jake Irving.
9 players taken by the 2018 MLB draft. Entire outfield gone. 60% of pitching out.
This is a new opportunity. That's the thing you get excited about in baseball. I mean, it's a game of failure, and if you got to stay grounded on the chances of the opportunity more than the expectation.
And to add insult to injury, Braden Fink, the team's would-be best closer, tore his UCL just days before opening day, ending his season before it began.
When you have a guy like Fink going down, it's never any good. But, you know, we have enough young guys that, you know, maybe we can mix and match. And
this season, Cade Cavalli is making the full transition to pitching, entering the starting rotation with Nathan Wiles and Levi Prater. Sooner fans can also expect to see newcomer Ben Abram in the starting rotation. Abram is a 6'7", 264-pound freshman who threw for Team Canada's 18 and under summer team. Another freshman expecting to make an impact is Diego Muniz. Muniz is the ultimate utility player with experience at 7 different positions. Other newbies to watch out for is pitcher Wyatt Olds, outfielder Milan Walla, infielder Tanner Treadaway, and junior college transfer Connor McKenna.
hopefully the preparation and the confidence from the preparation that you put into the game fundamentally will show up. I tell those guys in the clubhouse, you're the 2019 baseball team, and you'll be the only 2019 baseball team, and that's your opportunity.
Coach Skip Johnson actually told us that McKenna went to the same high school as Mendenhall back in California, and he slid right into Mindy's vacated second base spot. It's some good news for Sooner fans. Earlier today, it was released that A&M's RHP Jason Ruffcorn's transfer waiver to OU was approved. That's good news in the heels of Fink's injury. Back to you guys.
The OU women's softball team started off hot this morning in Florida, but couldn't quite keep it going.
The ladies started off with a 4-1 victory over Florida Atlantic in the Clearwater Invitational. Then at noon, the team continued on to play Florida State, where they fell 3 runs short of a win.
The final score was 7-3. Kaylee Clifton, Sydney Romero, and Grace Lyons took home 2 RBIs apiece, and Romero homered to center field in Game 2.
That's all for the team today, but tomorrow the Sooners close out the Invitational with Hofstra University at 9.
The Sooner women's gymnastics team looks to continue their hot streak tonight in OKC. Alex Antonidi sets the scene for us.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let's flip it over to the men's side. 8 Sooners are competing in the senior elite level of the 2019 Winter Cup Challenge in Vegas. The top 28 from the Sooners session will compete in the finals on Sunday.
From there, the 12 best competitors in the Winter Cup will advance to the U.S. men's senior national teams through the 2019 U.S. Gymnastics Championships. The competition closes out on Sunday night.
And men's basketball heads down to TCU this weekend, and both Big 12 teams are hopeful to spark a winning streak.
The Sooners are 3-9 in the conference, but TCU has done very well at home this season, only losing 2 games on William Riley's field.
7th and 8th in the Big 12, the Frogs and Sooners take to the court at 11 a.m. in Fort Worth. And plenty of other Sooner sports are in action this weekend. Men's tennis and golf are on the road. Men's golf team has had some time off, but they're back now for their first game of the spring in Puerto Rico.
Also, the women's tennis team is playing at home. Wrestling is in action this weekend too, but they competed at home tonight.
And still to come on Big Friday Sports, the second round of the Genesis Open is underway. We'll give you all the updates plus our picks for the NBA All-Star Weekend events. Stay with us.
The first round of the Genesis Open continues today after some of the players had to start over due to the rain yesterday. The second round started earlier in the day.
J.B. Holmes is still in first with Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas following right behind him in second and third.
Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder's winning streak was snapped last night by the New Orleans Pelicans without star Anthony Davis, who went out during the game with a shoulder injury. Despite the loss, Russell Westbrook balled out and set some records.
Russ proved why he's the triple-double king, racking up his 11th straight of the season with 44 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. Westbrook's high-scoring night led him to become the Thunder's all-time points leader with 18,208 points. The team now gets a break with the NBA All-Star Weekend starting.
Now for the fun part, we're going to make our picks for the All-Star Weekend events in Charlotte. Let's start with the Skills Challenge. Former Sooner Trae Young will compete against 7 others, including fellow rookie Luka Doncic.
Kyle Kuzma, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic, who is making his second appearance in the challenge, will also show off their skills. I'm going to put my money on Luka. He's been crazy his first season, and I think he'll take it.
I'm going to stick with fellow Sooner Trae Young.
And for the three-point contest, this year will feature 10 players, including another former OU superstar, Buddy Hield. Hield will go up against a few three-point vets, including reigning champ Devin Booker and former champs Dirk Nowitzki and Damian Lillard.
Charlotte natives and brother duo Steph and Seth Curry will also compete. I'm going to stick with my Sooners again and give this one to Buddy.
I'm going to say Dirk. I think this could be his last season potentially, and potentially his last All-Star game. And over to what seems to be the most exciting event, the dunk contest. Last year didn't really live up to the hype, so let's hope this weekend's contest will. Oklahoma is represented in all the weekend events with Hamidou Diallo competing in the dunk contest.
He'll go head-to-head with Dennis Smith Jr., Miles Bridges, and John Collins Saturday night. I think Dennis Smith Jr. is coming for revenge this year.
And I'm a big Thunder fan, so I'm going to have to stick with Hamidou Diallo.
The biggest game of the weekend will be the All-Star Game Sunday, where the top players will go at it on the court. This is the first year teams were not divided by conference, but the captains were, with LeBron from the West and Giannis from the East.
LeBron's team features Kevin Durant, James Harden, and former teammate Dwayne Wade, and Thunder superstars Paul George and Russell Westbrook stay together on the other side. I have to stick with the Thunder again. My favorites, PG and Russ, for this one.
I'm going to go with Team LeBron. And it might not be the highest scoring game of the weekend, but it has potential to be the most entertaining. The All-Star Celebrity Game kicks off the weekend tonight at 7. The home team will feature celebs with Carolina roots, including Chris Daughtry, Steve Smith, and Dr. Oz.
The away team has reigning MVP Quavo locked up alongside Ray Allen and Bad Bunny. I have to go with Team Quavo on this one. He went off last year, and I think he's going to do it again.
You know, I would love to see Dr. Oz ball out on the court.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Big Friday Sports. I'm Meridith Mulkey alongside Brooke Murski.
Be sure to tune in same time, same place next week and have a great weekend. Thank you for watching Big Friday Sports.